Coming up, new organization promotes suicide prevention. And later, skaters roll back to the Derby.
Your soccer star returning to Iowa City. I'll tell you more in sports.
Our freezing temperature is here to stay. I'll tell you more in weather.
All of that and more coming up on this Wednesday morning edition of DITV News. Don't go anywhere. DITV News starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in live to DITV and KRUI 89.7 FM. I'm Johnny Valtman. The University of Iowa has a new club on campus, and it's all part of the recent National Suicide Prevention Campaign. The Green Bandana Project's goal is to help normalize the talk of mental health. DITV reporter Sydney Hurley is live at Pendercrest with more details on what they hope to accomplish.
Thanks, Johnny. The Green Bandana Club came to the University of Iowa last year, but did not become a club officially until this year and is looking to reach more students. Olivia Wright, the vice president of the Green Bandana Project, cuts green bandanas into strips for students to tie around their backpacks to show that students who struggle with mental health are not alone.
Everyone that has a bandana also has a resource card that has local and national hotlines on there and different resources on campus as well. So promoting tabling and getting as many bandanas to people on campus as possible is one of our main goals to reach outside of our organization.
From prompts for everyday conversations to providing links to suicide prevention trainings, the Green Bandana Project works against stigma and reinforces solidarity and mental health awareness. The University of Iowa requires students, faculty, and staff to complete cognito mental health intervention and suicide prevention training. This training helps people know who to contact if you or a peer is feeling suicidal.
My personal connection is my family struggling with it. I personally struggle with it. I've never lost anyone to suicide that I know personally, but my friend in high school lost her brother. So I've seen firsthand how hard it can be, how traumatizing it can be. So I really want to work to prevent that in the future.
Although suicides still happen on college campuses every year, the Green Bandana Project is working towards helping those to speak up about how they are feeling. Live from the Pentacrest, I'm Sydney Hurley. Back to Johnny in the studio.
Weightlifting may help you live longer. UI professor Jessica Gorzelitz studied weightlifters' impact on mortality rates. 100,000 people participated in the over 2-decade-long study. Researchers found that adults who weightlift experienced a 9 to 22% lower mortality rate. The study also found that there's a 47% difference in risk of deaths between adults who exercise compared to those who don't. Gorzelitz's findings support that keeping healthy might just improve your chances of living longer. One group of women is skating back into action. DITV News reporter David Consuelos rolled on over to Mercer Park Rec Center to catch the action.
After a 2.5-year break due to the pandemic, the Old Capital City Roller Derby returned to hold their annual Monsters Brawl event. The Roller Derby team hosted the Quad City Rollers in a Punks vs. Preps themed bout held at Mercer Rec Center in Iowa City. Roller derby is a fast-paced, full-contact sport played on roller skates, consisting of 2 30-minute periods that make up a full bout. The objective is to have skaters called jammers score points by lapping as many opposing skaters, or blockers, as they can.
I love the challenge. It challenges me to be really thoughtful, and I think that translates to life. I mean, you have to be really thoughtful with everything that you do, to be keeping yourself safe, to keep others safe, and also just to enjoy the ride. You fall and you get back up with the support of your team, and vice versa, and that's a really powerful thing to be a part of.
The Old Capital City Roller Derby team defeated the Quad City Rollers in the intense bout. The Derby team will host a boot camp in November for anyone interested in joining their team. From the Monsters Brawl at Mercer Park Rec Center, David Consuelos, DITV News.
Reagan, how are the temperatures going to be this week?
Well, Johnny, it is going to be frigid outside. Right now, it is a freezing 20 degrees, but it feels like a solid 16. Highs are only going to rise to 51 degrees before dropping down to a chilling 31 degrees. Tomorrow's high will be 65 degrees with partly cloudy skies with a low of 39 degrees. If you are not traveling to Columbus to watch the Hawkeyes, you can expect a heat wave with highs in the upper 70s. Sunshine is expected this weekend. Although we have been feeling some freezing temperatures, at least the snow has stayed away. The people of Fort Wayne, Indiana woke up to their first snowfall this weekend. Some areas of Indiana saw up to 4 inches of snow. Thankfully, the snow should stay away from Iowa City for the near future. So Vivian, I hear the Iowa women's soccer team gained a key addition before the season. Can you tell us more?
That's right, Reagan. The Iowa women's soccer team saw many seniors move on last year, but one decided 4 years wasn't enough. DITV sports reporter AJ Reister has more on the fifth-year senior.
Sarah Wheaton is returning for her 5th and final season as a part of the Iowa women's soccer team. And despite the slow start, she still has her eyes on why she came back.
I think from the minute I kind of realized, I think it was my junior year that I got a COVID year. I was pretty set on taking it right off the bat. And especially last year, we didn't end it, and we weren't as successful as we would have hoped. So yeah, I definitely just wanted to come back and keep it going.
The Hawkeyes are currently 1-3-4 in Big Ten play and will have quite the hill to climb to make it back to the Big Ten title game. That isn't the only reason why Sarah has returned. Her coaches and teammates also played a huge factor in her decision.
Who wouldn't want to wake up every day and see all these awesome people every morning? So they make, my life so much easier and better and happier. So they're a great group of people to be around.
Sarah's ceiling is incredibly high. She's, as a person and as a soccer player, we've always tried to make sure that she understood that, to not sell herself short, to reach for the stars, and that she has the capacity to be even better than what she is now.
Sarah Wheaton is a vital part to this Iowa defense and will have to play a big role if the Iowa Hawkeyes want to make it back to the Big Ten title game. From the University of Iowa Soccer Complex, I'm AJ Reister, DITV Sports.
The Hawkeyes will take on Northwestern on Thursday in their final home game of the season at 7 p.m. And the Iowa Hawkeyes travel to Columbus, Ohio this Saturday to take on the second-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. The Hawkeyes face a huge challenge as they will try to contain Ohio State quarterback and Heisman candidate C.J. Stroud. The senior quarterback has thrown for 24 touchdowns this season and has helped the Buckeyes lead in the Big Ten offense, where they have average of 540 yards per game.
He's pretty smart. I'll be honest with you. He's a smart quarterback, and he trusts his receivers. So it's all about kind of make him kind of run around and make him nervous in the pocket, so he kind of gives up the ball and hopefully throws it to us. So.
Riley Moss and the rest of the Hawkeye defense will hope to keep a Stroud and the Buckeyes from executing big plays against their disciplined defense. However, while preparing for this top-ranked offensive squad, the Hawkeyes quickly realized that it would be hard to replicate in practice what they've been seeing on Saturday.
Where do you get somebody to try to duplicate what they do at quarterback? We don't have a lot of guys that can duplicate what their receivers do. So a lot of that just comes back to awareness and just trying to play a really smart technique and try to keep the ball in front of you. As far as like duplicating it out on the practice field, it's hard to do because they got a lot of really good athletes at every position.
Tune in Friday for more updates on Hawkeye football. And Iowa volleyball welcomes the 9th-ranked Minnesota Gophers to Extreme Arena tonight. The two teams met earlier in the second season where the Gophers defeated the Hawkeyes 3-1. However, Iowa is keeping the match in the past and are looking to where they can improve.
Definitely our serve receive game, making sure that's consistent and steady. And then our biggest thing last time was just trying to slow down their pin.
Iowa are among 3 teams in the bottom of the Big Ten standings and are currently on a 2-game losing streak, but that doesn't stop the Hawks from continuing to give it their all.
Show how tough we are this week.
The match is set to begin at 6 p.m. Come back Friday for the latest on Hawkeye Sports. Back to you, Johnny.
Thank you for tuning in to DITV News and listening to KRUI 89.7 FM. Be sure to head over to thedailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday, and check out more of our content on the Daily Iowan YouTube page or Daily Iowan TV. I'm Johnny Valtman.